Alright, so we'll try and do this quicker than my last one. Basically, I want to cover why I think Darius is a very, very good cameo at this point in the game and very underrated, especially for my grappler boys, right? Ghost, Beast, Gears, and Rico. I'm just gonna try and quickly do this and hopefully not cut too much. So Rico's the easiest to cover as far as this is concerned. Um, the short version is you get armored launcher combos, command grab combos, and more mix-ups and pressure, but also more health, ways to take the opponent's bar, which for a grappler is a great thing, right? And of course, just flat damage, right? Just depending on what you're doing. So, set to auto. So, right here, something really basic like that, right? Just grounded string to ninja stars into Darius call, back cameo call. Full, 20, whatever, 30%, whatever it is, right? The other thing as well is you get safety off Reiko Darius because you can just honestly just throw out your low slide here. So your low slide now becomes more of a threat. There we go. I was like, I know that connects. But the short, anyway, sorry, I could be distracted. Short version is you get the command grab combos like we've always seen. Cool, right? There. Boom, right? Stand 3 command grab. Yeah, 25%, fine, right? There's fancier stuff, better Oki stuff, but that's the basic one, right? You have armor combos, better than 3. Really basic. Again, I'm just trying to keep it short and sweet here. I say that as I have to yawn. But here's the other thing that's really cool. Your overhead actually becomes way more of a threat because now you get a full 25 off of it. That's fully safe again. You also get the fact that you can just honestly just throw out your if you want to just keep it safe and just do it, you can just do it, right? It's on hit, on block. It's no reason not to do it. Just any button to run, cancel, and it'll be safe or a combo. Does take the whole gauge, but it's not a giant problem for Rico, especially because he has 150 more health than anyone else. Well, let's base the base health. He still has access to the command grab. Right. So like, even if I just do a basic confirm to this. So let me do this. Right. It's not exactly like 50%, but it's damage, right? If I remember correctly, it's like 40 something. I'm trying to hit him to, yeah, okay, it's like 44, I guess. I don't know, 43, 45, something like that. I mean, it is all your resources, but it's damage. Anyway, point I'm trying to make, Reiko, generally speaking, his character works, obviously, with the command grabs. It works with the slide being safe, the slide being a launcher without spending resources. You have the armor launcher. The other thing that's really nice is you can actually use your, let me set this up correctly. So let's see if he'll do it. Okay, he'll do it. So the air grab, which if you can help it, I recommend ending with air grab as much as you can. The best position for Reiko. If you can get it right. Yeah, so if you can get it right, and the timing's a bit tight because you're working with like a 2-frame gap here, but if you can time it right, your ninja stars will break everyone's armor in the entire game, even fatal blows if you spin the bar, and Darius will make it a fully safe, armor-breaking launcher. Because, for those who don't know, Darius, neutral call, and the back call, where it does like that, where you can jump cancel, that's armored. And so if I get this right, that right there is technically armored launching 30% or whatever the damage was, right? Like don't armor against Reiko if you can help it, right? Like that is nutty. And of course, the other thing that you can do, right, if you wanna. The other thing you can do is you can hit confirm it to your low overhead crap, right? And that just turns into like full launcher territory, where you can, where you can actually get full combo like that. You can, same deal with the sweep, same deal with the, I think they can grab launches again. I'm not sure. But yeah, this team is honestly a very, very nutty team, especially now that I've learned more of how Darius works. The other thing that's really cool is you can do this. Guaranteed. And it just, you're getting hit with the overhead into mid stars, or right. So if I could do this right. Yeah, there you go. And if you hit them with the low, it actually can be combo K-state and same with the overhead. So you can actually, you get more mix, right, with Reiko. Where you could potentially have like full launcher 50-50 situations. It's tight, but you can do it. So next we'll swap to Ghostface. Right, so Mr. Ghostface here. Psycho killer himself, right? So match. Position. Right. Left. Close. So the short version of Ghostface Darius is simple. Of course, the natural thing is you have combos with the command grabs. That's pretty cool, right? Cool. Leading to Vortex. You have combos off your standing strings. Cool, right? You can do more stuff. But what helps me is just the idea that I can have jump cancel combos with Ghostface. It just adds a bit more combo style. Like even if they're not more damaging or better or whatever, just the style, at least for me, is more cool, right? Like this is like practical, right? This is really cool, whatever, right? Vortex, boom, right? But I have more fun doing this, and I don't side switch. Anyway, the point is, this team is just more fun now. I've learned how to properly use the tornado kicks, because you don't have to settle for the side switching command grab combo and get this right. Timing's tight. There we go. All right, if I want to do something really, really basic, there you go. So you can actually get like a decent combo there, if you want it. In fact, I wonder if can you hit the one here? No, too slow. But you can do the same deal of basically the short version is this: Darius lets me have more control on what I decide to do, either launch or drain the opponent's bar, or just go for chunky damage without having the whole cameo gauge. And of course, Ghostface's combos are so long because of the animations taking forever that Darius is almost always on tap, right? And of course, you add the back three into a standard reset mix, right? Not even mentioning your Vortex crap can be, you know, amplified with the overhead being a launcher when it's on hit. It's a weird combo thing. Now, on top of that, you also have this option here if you want to. Like, you're in the corner. And relatively damaging, all things considered, in my opinion, from what I can tell, right? Yeah, this team is honestly just a fun one. Especially because you can do stuff like this, right? You can just say confirm it to Darius. And then from there, you can actually just meaty with whatever mix you want to try and go for with Ghostface. And of course, Darius will be the big overhead pop up. I don't know. This team is seems fun. There, that should break armor. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, the setup, the 50-50 potential for this team is just honestly stupid. Because it takes half a gauge when you have the back three, and anything else in that is like full gauge, half gauge, whatever. But I don't know, it's just so much fun, right? Again, you have combos off all the command grabs. We can get it right. And then you have what off the phone call grab, if I can get this right. If you get it right, Darius will be able to do the jumping kick, the jump cancelable one. If I do it again real quick. Anyway. Point is, you can do it. It's tight, but you can get it down. So all three command grabs turn into pretty chunky situations, leading to more mix, whatever else. You also have armor, so if I get it right. Yeah, there we go. And the thing is, I mean, you can do that, right? Do that, but you can actually do the jump cancelable crap. Let's see. That did a lot of chip. Holy crap. Wow. Anyway, the other thing as well is you can do this if you like. I was gonna say that should be 25. I don't know. I love the idea that your command grab can actually take away bar. Like, that is just a cool thing. And I know Sabrina could do the same idea. Sabrina does the exact same thing, but you get more damage, and it's cooler with Darius. So we'll go over to Geras as our last boy here.
Choose fighter. Omni-Man. Geras.
Johnny Cage. Darius.
All right, so for Gearus, one of the so a lot of things there's a few things you want to look for Gearus, right? You want a cameo if possible to manipulate your time freezes. You want a cameo if possible to get grab combos or command grab combos.
Custom dummy. Lock time.
Armor combos aren't so necessary with
Move list.
Gearus. It's nice if you can, but it's not the most necessary thing.
After being hit, your opponent. Move list. Match. Close.
And you also want cameos that can help with setups for clocks, right? So Darius checks the time freeze box, right? You can take him out of the time freeze and then you're gonna do your thing. Darius also gets combos off the armor if you're early. Okay, well, not sure why that's not cooperating, but whatever. I know you can do it, it's just really tight, right? Your overhead becomes a full launcher. That's safe because they can't really do a whole lot. Or low becomes a launcher. And, well, your low's already a launcher, but it becomes safer than not having anything, right? Sorry about that. The other thing that's really nice about here we go. The other thing that's nice about it is you can actually do like combos that manipulate boom, you can do that, right? You can actually do like jump grab combos. Jump grab combos are so much fun for me, that's why I go for them. The other thing is, and this is probably the big one. Let's see. I think my brother's showering, actually. I think he's coming from work. So here's the thing that I really like. And here, let's see. Your 1, 2, 2, 1 plus 3 always gives you a clock, right? That's cool. But if you get it right, and depending on the matchup, of course, depending on the matchup, you can always call Darius's overhead, and one, it'll hit their armor, so they'll take a bit of chip, right? And two, if they don't armor, and they just wake up blocking, one, the overhead should be plus enough that you can get a clock out. Or two, if they start respecting it, and not, trying to armor every single time, then you can start mixing with the overhead or the low. And either way, if it, you're probably, depending on the character, you might get punished, right? But you should be able to get a second clock after the first clock stack. It's the character dependent. Alright, because you can run a situation like Johnny here where you may not clip their armor with Darius. And again, if they don't armor, right, and they just take the knockdown, you'll be able to be more safe with building clocks, right? And of course, that only takes half a gauge, right? Half a gauge gets you a clock and a knockdown, like that's fine, right? The other thing as well, if you would like, you can do the whole drain your bar thing, right? So, again, taking a fourth of their life and a bar, again, for Gearus is a big deal, right? There's not a whole lot to really go over in mid-screen. You have the armor launcher, you have the time freeze manipulation, you technically have grab combos. So if I time it right, I do that. But the problem is, if you want to get anything mid-screen, you need your snap. So if I do something like this, see, I can technically do this. I can technically have 2 snaps, or 2 clocks ready, and build a third, theoretically. So I can technically do that. It is just very expensive, and it's like hard to justify spending it in the mid-screen when you could do this crap in the corner for a less resource or more reward, right? Let's put him in the right. And then we will just do a basic command grab. There we go. Regular command grab. Just really basic. all it took was one Darius, right? And we're getting damage, right? That's cool. This gets stupider, or more stupid, with the enhanced grab. Because the enhanced grab, for starters, is 16%, right? 15, sorry. But you can add Darius into this and just get a chunky, like, whatever, I think 30% or 28 or whatever it is, for, what is it, half a gauge? Yeah, half a gauge in one bar, and you're about 30%, 28%, whatever it is. That's not bad for a command grab. And of course, you can do the other shit that we talked about. Take your bar away, right? You know, again, almost 30% for taking a bar off a mid unblockable grab. That's not bad. The other thing, of course, like we mentioned earlier, you can start to get jump combos, which I just love jump combos, so they're more fun. I haven't really like labbed how hard some of these might be, so I mean, think of one right now. Let's see. Yeah, let's just do this. Come on now. Ah, there we go. There's one. Whoop. And then 50%. Yeah, 50. The other thing is, you can even do this. Start off with the side switching command grab. I don't know if Darius can link actually off this. I'm not sure. Never. Oh, he can. And it. Oh, you can throw them back in the corner from the air grab. That's so cool. I love this team. This is my favorite team. Yes, you get the higher damaging one. How much damage is that? Let me see if we can feel that out with the button here. Let's see, 4, 6, 8. 40% off the command grab. Oh, this team's cool. But yeah, this team's pretty gnarly. I'm not gonna lie, like that 40% off a mid, and oh, that's the style. I love the style of it. If you're just slamming the opponent through Gears' combos sound like they hurt, man. When you hit him with combos, sounds like they hurt. So the thing that I'll say that's a detriment is that the time freeze stuff is different in the corner, because of the animation. Like, the time freeze animation changes because you're in the corner, and so you can't really get that same consistency in the corner. So that is much less of a benefit. I wonder if it is just the corner, like corner. Yeah, it is. So okay, if you want it, you have to switch sides so that Gears is in the corner technically. Okay, so that's something, I suppose. Yeah, it's so here's a potential stupid grab, right? So you're an EX grab. Your EX grab can technically lead into an low overhead armor breaking setup, because you can EX grab into Darius, into the overhead Darius. Timing's tight, but you can get it down to break armor at all times and mix at all times. And as you heard, or maybe saw, you do 25 before the launch. Which means depending on the combo you do, you'll be doing a 25% setup into 30, 40, 50, whatever combo you can think of. This team, in theory, is stupid. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this so far. It's been a minute since I was able to talk about tech. Unfortunately, MK1 looks like it's pretty much done, right? We might get lucky and get like an extra patch or two, but the game's pretty much done. Unfortunately, because I love this game. It's my favorite MK, besides MKX. I'll still keep playing, I'll still be uploading and, fun matches, whatever, but we also have the new Street Fighter patch later tonight, and I'm trying to stay involved in Diablo, and I want to get some stuff done this season, but at the same time, I think the season ends later this month, right? Or is it July? I'm not sure. So, like, I'm sort of hitting brick in a hard place, or rock in a hard place. There it is. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next video. Darius is by far an MVP, in my opinion.